This soup does not have enough broth in it. I have the rest of the water for the soup broth right here for the Knorr soup, Knorr soup mix, and that's what this is, but not all the water is added in. Here's how I want to add the rest of the water to the soup mix. I sent this text message right here. And that's a link you can, excuse me, that's a link. I have to say it again. That's a link right here. If I touch it, it goes to the internet. But let me go down here first to the response, which is, I don't understand most of that, but I am with Brian Figus now. I didn't write that. That's from this number. And it's printed in a text. Who is at the number? But I don't know because it's a phone. You don't know who's on the phone over there. And we did pay your rent for August as we've done each month since May, June, July, and August. I can't help that because he didn't pay the rent for May before somebody asked me for the rent. So that's not fair. I can't use that somebody's going to ask me for the rent or ask him for the rent. He says he paid it in May, and I'm saying he didn't pay it before somebody else asked me for the rent money, and he doesn't know that because he wasn't there. So let me use the link here that goes to the internet. Okay, so that's how it goes. He doesn't want me to send him the link because he doesn't want to watch the videos, but that's a link. That's not the video itself. And that's how you can see it's on YouTube. It's right there. That's YouTube. That's not really that I sent him a file. So that's the landlord who's going to pay my rent, but I think the landlords approximately don't landlord, that they are themselves in debt. So that's one landlord who says he paid another landlord that I'm allowed to stay here at the apartment, and I'm not the one who's not allowed to be here. My house is occupied by Donna Y. Moser and also Jan Rustin. Jan Rustin is a realtor from the year 1989, 1990, right around the middle to the end of 1989. The middle of 1989, and then in the beginning of 1990 is when I had to leave my house, about January of 1990. And then I have another house that I just took control of as the soul of the superior founder with my leverage. But I know it's hard for you to hear that. Do you know that I have leverage? Yes, I have leverage on myself deceased only. I don't have leverage over you. What are you interfering with my self-deceased like I've never seen before? And I'm never going to help you with that because it can only decease myself. Where you are thinking that you owe something about yourself to my self-deceased is not true. And that's true that you owed yourself something else to yourself. You don't have alive alone, and I don't need alive if you're not here. You're illegally alive from my point of view, and if you said that about somebody else, you might have an argument, but I'm not going to speak about that with this Godhead. I only decease myself. I need to make broth for the soup. I'd like to put this back on the stove top and heat it some more. But it's still steaming. Can you see the steam? I can see a little steam. I could pour this all in, but that's maybe as much as fits in the bowl. So maybe I would save that much and not put that in. The soup mix from Knorr, Knorr, it has instructions on the packet sachet of soup mix, and it says to add 4.5 cups of water. So I use bottled water and I measure it according to the label, which says it's 16.9 fluid ounces. So that's about 2 cups, and each cup, 1 cup plus 0.45 ounces. 1.45, nope. It's 8.45 ounces. And 8 ounces is a cup. Are you following me? It's not exactly right. What it should be on the packet sachet for what I use for measuring water. Is there a measuring cup? No, because I don't really own this place. I am just dwelling here because it's evicted by what I just told you about my landlording and showed you a little on the cell phone. If you can't read the text messages, I'm recording it for God. And that's just for you to know that I said that to God if you can see this video. Okay.